Lauren, please. Oh, please. We have Lauren in the building. Number one, I am so excited just about all of the things that you have been able to give for young black girls that are looking at you and just saying, wow, I can stand on her shoulders and see myself. Number one, I want to ask, and typically I do this on my show, how are you and how's your heart?
Ooh. Well, thank you for that. How am I? I mean, I think I'm in a little bit of chaotic mode right now. We have just ended the All Star Pitch competition, which truly over the last 5 years has been my brainchild. And so each year it gets bigger and better. And so this year we were able to give
I
$400,000
saw
to
it kept
entrepreneurs.
increasing. I was like,
No,
give me
first of all,
$20. What's
thank
going
you,
on?
Steve
I
Ballmer.
mean, shout
Thank
out to
you, Governor.
Steve.
Thank you,
Yes.
Steve. So I think that energy, I've got adrenaline, I'm excited, I'm inspired by
Yeah,
our founders.
absolutely.
But I'm hopeful too that like the folks who are in the audience have the opportunity to also be motivated and
Yeah.
hopefully fueled to create their own, to
Yeah.
solve a unique business challenge and be like, I got the solution.
That part.
So
Yeah.
I do feel all of those emotions kind of
Yeah.
at the end of the night.
I saw that and then a lot of people in the audience, just taking notes. And the beautiful thing about that is, again, there was a lot of inspiring conversations for you. What's one moment in your career that kind of forced you to redefine your leadership?
What's one moment in my career that redefined my
Yeah,
leadership? That is a loaded
it
one.
is.
What is one moment? So I started my career off as a high school teacher.
Wow.
I was a 10th and 11th grade special ed teacher here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're in education or
No,
others who
yeah,
might be in
yeah,
education, but that is the toughest job.
yeah.
Emotionally, I think it actually kind of hits on every single
It
area of a
does.
person and the
Yeah.
weight that you carry to deliver content and curriculum to
Hmm.
a young
Hmm.
person. And when they don't understand, it's really on you.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
those years that I served as a teacher transformed my leadership because I not only had to develop empathy,
Yeah.
I mean, that's really where
That's
I
the
got
biggest.
that
Yeah.
grit, like,
Yeah.
because I was waking up for students,
Right.
right? I did not want to fail them. And so while I don't necessarily have a pivotal moment, those 2 years of serving as a 10th and 11th grade special ed teacher, it really changed the way. And I also think, too, it made me understand the challenges that communities of color
Absolutely.
face that
Yeah.
sometimes in other spaces, now
Are
that I'm
not being
working in global
exactly.
brands,
Yeah.
these are first world problems, right?
Right.
Now,
Right. Right.
when you're in a limited resource school,
Yeah.
the every day is a challenge, and
Yeah.
you've got to find resilience. So I think those are the moments where that muscle was really built.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about your career is that you've been able to just be humble enough to understand where the humanity comes from, where the empathy comes from. I typically ask this question on my show as we wrap. What do you want your legacy to be? And what legacy do you want to leave behind?
So it's funny. I'm inspired by Oprah Winfrey,
Shout out to Oprah. Absolutely.
who's inspired by Maya Angelou.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting. I've started to really think about my own legacy.
Okay.
I come from a family that is public servants,
Hmm.
and so who have really given their heart to community, our
Hmm.
community, communities
Hmm.
that look like us.
Hmm.
And so when I think about the end,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really am inspired to ensure that I helped and made a difference,
Right.
that I gave resources to communities that needed it,
Yep.
that I served as a
Right.
resource for people. I rarely say no because
Really?
that's probably my
Yeah.
problem
I'll be
too.
like, really?
But
Oof.
I think because of that, I have this heart that wants to serve and help because we all need it.
Yeah.
And my time will come when I'll need to ask someone
Yeah.
for it. And so if I think about my legacy, I hope that people see me as someone who cared for them, was
Hmm.
present with them,
Hmm.
connected them, gave them
Yeah.
opportunity,
Yeah.
and hopefully played like one small part
Yeah.
in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've played an amazing part in all of our lives, and
Oh,
I thank you
thank
for you. I thank you
you.
for your heart in all of the things.
That's
Have
so
a good time.
sweet.
The
Absolutely.
bump on the
Oh, the
phone, all
bump.
of the,
Okay,
do the
okay. Yeah,
bump.
yeah, yeah. I got you.
How has tonight felt for you? Right from semifinals, I was able to see that as far as last year, and now in the finals. How does this moment feel for you?
Honestly, it's surreal.
Yeah.
Uh, just having the NBA support us as founders,
Yeah.
give us the platform. Obviously, the money is great. Don't get me wrong. Every founder needs the money, but the exposure, the mentorship,
Hmm.
the time they gave us, like you could tell they really cared.
Absolutely.
So I'm just grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful to be here. And we're building in the sports media entertainment business right now. So it's like it couldn't be a more perfect
At all.
harmony with the NBA. So I'm just blessed to be here, man.
And this is the thing, you had a beautiful story, and I think really just seeing how it unfolded and just seeing the empathy as far as within the entire stadium right now for you, what did that even mean?
It it was, I was very surprised by the feedback I got when I was giving my story. I think sometimes as founders, or even just not as founders, people,
Yeah.
we forget sometimes how powerful our stories can be to others.
Yeah.
So I think it was very inspiring for me, and just showed me I need to keep going, keep moving forward. Like, this is just the beginning. This is just a start, and I'm excited to hopefully inspire more people,
You are.
and you know,
You are.
keep making my family proud.
That's it. And last question, I typically ask this on my show. What does legacy look like for you?
Legacy looks like when your family is taken care of, when you're happy, when you have good health,
Yeah,
and when you can pass down what you've built to the next generation.
that's it.
That's what legacy means to me.
Thank you for you. Thank you for your story tonight. You did great. Thank
so
you for
much.
you.
I appreciate you.
Have fun and run me my $20.
You got it.
First of all, winner from treasure to trash and trash to treasure. I think, inverting it and saying it in all of the ways is definitely a purpose that was needed and necessary. I got to see you during the semifinals and now at the finals. One important question. Let me hold $20. But when you think of just founders and just all of the things and the people that were actually on stage tonight, what makes a founder unforgettable?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's about pattern recognition, but at the same time, you have to sort of disrupt that pattern. So that becomes the recognizable aspect of it. I'm a founder. I surround myself with founders. The NBA Foundation has surrounded us with founders and mentors. And so for us, we're very fortunate. There's some great contestants. I mean, this whole thing has just been a great opportunity, to be able to take our process where we are now at a gram scale and scale it up to, let's say, ton scale, then that is really important.
Yeah. So now that you are a winner, which you've already been a winner, right? And I always say that before we even get into these spaces, we're already a winner, especially exposing yourself and putting yourself into these spaces to just try to tell everybody about your business that you created, right? And that you're passionate about. How do you balance now profit with purpose?
Profit with purpose. We've always thought that way. That was our first thought, because we know that you can make money, you can make profit, but really, what is the impact? And that's always the starting point for us. We have a process that could use much different sort of steps in engineering, but the way that we've done it, it allows us to unlock significant environmental benefits, people benefits, and we're excited to be able to scale it.
Yeah. Last question is, what advice now do you give others, right, that are following behind you, that are standing on your shoulders? What advice do you give someone that's pitching with everything on the line?
Practice. You got to practice what you're going to say. You know it better than anyone else is going to ever know it, and you do your best. That's really the formula. I was fortunate backstage, got to talk to Mr. Steve Ballmer. He gave us a last few minutes of advice, and he talked about like that 30-second pocket, that window. Really, hit the audience, give them what they want to hear, and give them a solution, give them an implementation. So I tried my best to follow that, and
You did it. You did try your best.
I appreciate you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for tonight.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
For you, and continue doing amazing work. Okay.
I appreciate you.
My Achilles not long ago, and so when I noticed those that are like Achilles recovery,
Right. You were like, I need a little
it's real.
recovery.
Yeah, that's real.
All right, everybody. So I'm so excited. We have the amazing judge from tonight. Will Bumpus is in the building. I always like to ask people before we even get started on iHeartRadio when I do my show, how are you and how's your heart?
My heart is full, and I'm doing well, but not on a lot of sleep. I have a 2-month-old at home, so I am now a father to baby Everett, and so I am very full on all things parenthood and fatherhood. But yeah, no, not a lot of sleep right now.
Not a lot of sleep. What does impact mean to you personally?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think impact is Well, there's two sides. There's the one of giving back when you can. I do believe that, there's a quote up there: talent equally distributed, opportunity is not. To me, that is like the core of impact, is being able to give to those who don't have the same access to those opportunities.
Correct.
And that is really sort of like my North Star of impact.
That part.
Yeah.
You've built communities through investment. What responsibility comes with that?
I mean, honestly, it really is distributing the right capital. I do think unfortunately, it is. You still need financing to make dreams come true, and my role in all that is making sure it flows to not only the best ideas, but the right people who honestly do not look like you and I all the time, and I need to make sure that we can get that funding.
Last question, and I normally ask this, on my show as we're wrapping, with everything that you've been able to experience, with just the magnitude of just your life. What do you want your legacy to be?
I mean, right now it's all things on fatherhood. If baby Everett is happy and smiling and living her fullest life, that is my biggest legacy.
Listen, thank you so much. Thank you for tonight. I mean, tonight was absolutely amazing, and shout out to you for just being a great dad. Yeah, I think dads need to hear that all the time, right? But hold on, give me a moment. Listen, have fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Absolutely.
You look like you got the $20 in more, bro. Looking good, man.
I appreciate you. You were co-hosting tonight and all of the things. You've covered athletes at their highest highs and their lowest lows. What does resilience really look like behind the scenes?
Man, that's a great question, man. Obviously you can point to what they do on the basketball court and say resilience starts there, but I've covered this league for 16, 17 years now, and I've gotten to know a lot of these guys personally and understand that, the sacrifices that it takes to be able to play this game at a high level, the commitment that it takes away from your family, takes away from your kids. They miss a lot. We talk about guys that's been in the league for going on 20 years, and that's a lot of family time that's missed. And so I think a lot, as I've covered guys, you start to humanize people a little bit more and understand that it takes. That's when I look about resilience, because it takes a resilient partner as well on the other end that people don't know about to keep this thing going on the court. So I look at off the court things more so than on the court.
Normally, and I take apologies in this space, I normally ask this question before I even start interviews on iHeartRadio. How are you and how's your heart?
Man, that's a great question. Thanks for asking.
I normally ask that at the beginning. I was like,
asking, man. You know what? Man, I don't even know how to answer that, bro. I've never been asked that. I'm good. I'm solid. I'm blessed, man. At the end of the day, man, we all have our problems that we're going through. Nobody cares, but we're going, we have our problems and going through it, but you still have to find a way to still get it done, man, because you got to keep up and get going, because, nobody, bills don't stop.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
keep increasing.
Yeah, and it's one thing, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but when a loved one passes, right? Yeah. And you would like for life to just stop right there because you're mourning, but it doesn't. And people keep going on, and then you go on Facebook, right? And people may say, "Hey, I give you my condolences," right? Then 2 minutes later, they you know what I'm saying?
Y'all going shopping later? You be like, "Wait,
I'm like, what?
My aunt passed.
Was that a genuine condolence you gave me 2 minutes ago?"
It was just like, okay, I saw it and I had to like it and say.
But the world moves on. They move on, and then we're forced to try to move on. But a lot of people are still hurting in different ways. And so, to answer your question, man, I'm solid. I'm solid, bro. Thank you for asking, man.
Listen, I thank you for you. I think you did an amazing job tonight. Have a great NBA weekend, All-Star, all of the thing, because you are All-Star. And I appreciate you and your heart. Thank you for you.
Outfit on, man. Thank you, bro.
I appreciate you.
You take care.
Thank you.